your girl, Luscious Barbie. Let's talk entertainment. But you know, I'm in Dallas, so I gotta keep it Dallas. Let's talk Dallas. I miss my city, you know, I'm back in the city doing interviews or whatever. You know, it's DJ Goodwitit behind the cam. It's All Goodwitit Productions. You already know where to find it. But I'm here with Default. So, you know, we're gonna get into this interview because we all, you know, are waiting. Of course, you're watching, you're waiting. You see the new logo and all that. Okay. But, you know, first, let us know who you are. Tell us about your name. Like, you can start, if you want them to know your real name, you can start with your real name and then go into what made you come up with the name Default. Why that?
Real name, Brandon Dobbins. The way I got Default was I started off in a rap group.
Okay.
It was 4 of us. We went by Triple G, Go Get Green.
Go Get Green.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So everybody else had names. I wasn't even like really thinking about doing music. It was like hey, we in the studio, come chill, and then turned to we need a verse. And I was like,
yeah,
all right, cool. And then, you know, so everybody else had a name. They was registered with BMI, and I was like, I don't know what to call myself.
Right.
And one of them was like, we don't give your ass a name by default. And I was like, okay, I actually kind of like that. It was like, I ain't got nothing better to do. I was like, I don't want to call myself like B-Dob or something like that. I was like, I don't really know many people that go by default. It's used pretty often. I was like, all right, I'm going to just
and that was
try that.
They just gave you the name.
Yeah, I was like, you know, like
by default, you like,
I was like, I can actually work with that. Yeah, we're going to go with that.
Okay.
So that's kind of how that went and came about.
Original. It's, you know.
Yeah, because I'm like, you know, you got a lot of like little this and young that, and I'm like, Default kind of
and you
works.
can never forget that name. So
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like
there.
I was like, all right, we're gonna run with that, and that's how it came to be.
Okay, so how long were you in the group, and how did the group like end and you go solo?
We were together about a year. We had been like focusing on like one mixtape forever. It was like we bounced around different studios because like one studio wasn't working, the next studio was playing games with our music, and it got to the point where, you know, I kind of felt like a manager and the group, because, you know, I would find the studios and I was booking the studio time and I was doing like so much of it, and it was just like, you know, like it feels like I'm doing this by myself as it is. So I felt like, why not just branch off and try something new? Like I still stayed, you know, I still did the music, but I was like, I feel like I just wanted to be more personal with my music and not just have like a verse talking about whatever. I want to be able to write whatever I need, whatever I feel like I need to write, without having to worry about asking like, hey, is this cool if we write about this, we write about that type of thing. So I just kind of was like, I'm gonna take a chance, and here we are. But
I'm pretty sure that gave you a lot of experience. So have you thought about getting into management?
I'm thinking about it. It's weird, because I'm like, a part of me is like, you know, it'd be cool to be able to kind of help other people in terms of what I know. Because I remember when I first started, it was just like, I thought it was just simple. Like, it was like, oh, you make music, people listen, that's that. But it was like, you know, you got all these different aspects that I didn't even know about. So one day, possibly, but right now I'm just like, I'm just trying to focus on just, you know, my music and try to build my brand, sort of, to kind of get people to know who I am and what my music's really about type deal.
Okay, and then building a brand, what do you feel like is the most important thing? Like you said, you learned a lot of different aspects as far as, you know, marketing and performing and, you know, having to find the right studio, trusting your music in the right hands. What do you feel like is the most important thing about becoming an artist and building a brand?
Be honest with who you are. Like, don't try to be what you think people want you to be. Because that's like, when we first started, we was making like trap music. And it was like, I could write it, but at the end of the day, like when I would go show my mom, like, hey, listen to our song, it was just like you know, that's not you. Yeah, it was just like,
you was not in the trap.
I was like, yo, you killing my vibe, man. Like,
you have to be home by 12. So
I was like, dang, like, Mom, I'm in the studio. I can't. So, you know, it was just like one of those things to where when I broke off and became solo, I was like, I don't want to write, like, say I write a song and it blows up, and then people be like, oh, you wasn't really about that life. And then I gotta answer all these questions. I'm like, nah, it's too much work.
Or do you have any kids now?
No.
But in the future, if they listen to your music, you want to be able to explain, not like, Dad, what's the AK-47?
Yeah, I'll be like, oh snap, that's a long story there, son. Like,
it's kind of the same thing as in the movie, but I'm not in that.
Yeah, so I was like, I when I broke off to be solo, I was like, I just wanted to really mirror who I am. Like, I wanted to help my music, better establish me as a person and tell people, like my life. That's what I write about. And a lot of people, I don't open up to people, but when it comes to music, it's not hard for me to write about what's going on in my day, what's going on in my life and things like that. So it was kind of like an outlet for me to kind of help work through some things too.
So you explain like your rap style, more expressive, like that's a way for you to be vocal about how you feel. So this last project, what is it, Svengali?
Oh yeah, that's one of my songs on my EP, Dementia Phobia Volume 1.
Okay, so let's break down Dementia Phobia. What is that, and why was that the name?
So Dementia Phobia is the fear of becoming or being insane.
Okay.
And it was pretty much like my way of kind of battling through my depression. So it was like I wrote about things I was going through at the time, and like things you wouldn't tell anybody, or like it was just my way of like kind of talking through it. Like, so like I have my mom in the EP there's like a therapist, and I asked my mom, I was like, you want to be on my mixtape? I didn't think she was gonna say yeah, but she did, and I was like, all right, that's dope. Like, so I got like me talking to a therapist, and that was just kind of like my own way of kind of like just therapy type deal.
Okay, so based on like that speaks to the people that are going through depression. What was your first sign to know that you were going through depression? Like, what was going on in your life at that point that you was just like, wait, I need to let this out. I can't hold this in.
So my dad has been like kind of in and out of my life a lot. Like, he was there when I was young and then disappeared, and then like came back when I graduated high school. We had a little bond, and then when I was like 20, he just like disappeared again. And I really didn't think that affected me too much, because I was like, I don't need him. But I started gaining weight. I wasn't like myself. Like, I was always like the type to want to hang out and do things with my family, but then it was like, hey, you want to do this? I was like, nah, I just want to be by myself. And then my mom asked me, she was like, Brandon, are you depressed? And I was like, man, like, get out of my face. But then I kind of sat down and thought like, yo, that's like, I actually might be going through something. Like, I'm mood swings and all this. So that's when I kind of was like, all right, this is like something I'm really going through. Like, I didn't really think it would happen to me, so I was just like, I need to do something about this.
And that's a big thing, especially in the Black community for Black men. It's kind of like when words come up like depression or anxiety or things like that, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, good. Like,
a lot of people will be like, don't let people trick you into thinking this. Like, nah, like it's real.
Like,
like,
if you feel like something's going on and it's best for you to get it out, it's probably depression. Like, it's probably what that's going on. Okay, so what does the Svengali, what does that mean to you? Because I've seen it, that it's a person who exercises a controlling and mesmeric influence on another, especially in a sinister.
So like, I wrote the song, and it's pretty much like, it was me when I was battling suicide. It was like the part of me that's kind of like, you can work through this, you're a good dude. And then there's the part of me that's kind of like, why bother? Like, I'm in control, I'm gonna tell you what to do, this and that. And that's kind of like where, like Default comes in too, because it's like I'm Brandon and Default at the same time. Like, Brandon is me talking in front of the camera and doing this and that. But when I'm rapping and like talking about certain things, like I'm I'm stepping into like this other mind frame.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Svengali was me and Default kind of like battling over who's really gonna be in control.
Yeah.
So like that song really was like really personal to me, and like when I shot the video and the way it came out, I was like, yeah, that's exactly kind of like what I wanted to do with that for sure.
Well, that's good, and I'm glad that you won because like suicide is so serious that you never really know when it'll hit you. And for some people, especially younger people that may have always thought about rapping, or they always thought that they wanted to do something more, and then they may feel like they're not good enough, or that it's not going to work, or somebody may have told them no or whatever, and then they feel discouraged. And it's kind of like music can really influence somebody, especially knowing your story behind it. You know, I know it's real personal, but knowing your story behind it and knowing like, hey, I went through it too, and I'm still here. That means the world to people. You know, it means so much. So it's who inspires you to keep doing music, and who inspires you to keep going?
My family. That's a big one, because you know, when I first told them I was making music, it was like, oh, you too now, right? But whenever I make a new song or I finish something else, it's like I always show them first, and they always are like, you know, they give me real feedback about it. And it's one of those things where like growing up, like I remember we moved to Texas from California, and at one point my mom was working like 3 jobs, you know, trying to raise 4 kids by herself. And you know, seeing that and seeing her always working to make sure we all right, I'm like, I've always felt like, well, since I started doing music, I have like the ability to make serious money or like make a difference with my music. So I'm like, one day, if I, you know, I just want to keep pushing until the day comes where I can tell my mom, like, yo, you got this. You ain't gotta do nothing. Like, you ain't gotta do nothing. I'm gonna buy you that Volvo you always wanted. You know, I'm gonna get you whatever you need. Like, I'm gonna take care of it. So I'm just like, you know, anytime I'm like, oh, you know, it's getting hard, I just got to keep that in my head. Like, it feels easy. Everybody be successful at it. So
okay.
Shout out to
mama. So, what is your top 5 playlist right now? Like, who gets you through the day? Who do you listen to kind of get inspiration from music to?
Kid Cudi was an early influence, because you know, he was always like that personal rapper, and I was like, that's cool. Like, he's talking about real life things and not just what everybody else is talking about. Mac Miller, he was a big influence. Best Day Ever was the first song I heard from him, and I was like, yo, this dude's crazy. Like, I'm loving it.
Mac Miller?
Tyler the Creator.
I love Tyler.
Yeah, like, it's crazy, like, listening, because I was listening to like Bastard the other day, and then listening to like Flower Boy, Cherry Bomb, and like like all these, like, it's progression. I'm like, you know, one day as an artist, that motivates me to be able to just keep growing and not just staying stagnant. I listened to X really heavy, because it was like somebody's music just made me feel like everything's all right, you know? Like, I don't know what it was, but his music kind of would either calm me or just hype me up. Either way, I loved it. Like, it was really dope. And then Kanye is like, just his whole, you know, people may not like Kanye as a person, but I feel like as an artist, you kind of have to respect what he's done and how he's changed the industry, period, you know?
So we're coming to the wrap up. So I want to know, of course, we're in Dallas. So I want to know, what's your favorite restaurant here in Dallas for the people that's watching that you may not know what we have in the city?
That's tough. There's low key like this little Mexican restaurant like down the street from my house called Rio Bravo. It's they got like some of the best Mexican food.
Rio Bravo.
But it's like you gotta get there during the day, because at night, you know, it's like karaoke and they be getting turned up. Like, you know, it's like one of those things where if you trying to go and talk to somebody at night, you might want to sit outside, but you know, it'd be too hot to be doing all that. But
Rio Bravo.
Rio Bravo.
Okay, and do you have any upcoming projects or anywhere that you're going to be performing
I actually have 2 projects I'm working on right now. One is called Just Another Mixtape, because, you know, I got a lot of people saying, "Oh, you just another rapper," and you know this and that. So I was like, all right, well, if that's how y'all feel. I'm just make another mixtape
By default.
Yeah, you know. So that, and then I'm working on an album called Tales of the Lost Ones, and it's I feel like it's gonna be really unique. It's gonna be like, you know, different people's stories told from like their perspectives. Like, you know, I like to talk about things a lot of people kind of shy away from, in terms of, you know, they don't want to bring that up, they don't want to have that conversation. So I'm like talking to real people about their life stories, making them into songs. It'll be like 8-9 songs, and then, you know, it all have like a common theme tying it together. So hopefully I can get that out by like December. But yeah, just another mixtape coming soon. Something like Throwback Thursday, where I'm gonna just do like 90s, 80s beats.
Okay.
Just kind of just, you know, release different type of stuff. So couple things coming out.
We'll be looking forward to that, and let us know where to find you. What's your social media? How to find your music?
Instagram, default flow _93. Same on Twitter. Facebook, just type in default. SoundCloud, default. Spotify, Tidal, all that good stuff. I got t-shirts on Teespring, teespring.com/default music apparel. Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get one of them shirts.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hook you up one of them.
Hook me up with a shirt and tell me, you know what I'm saying? Get DJ Good with a shirt. What are you about, a 7'8"? Okay. But, you know, it's your girl, Luscious Barbie. It's All Goodwitit Productions. You know, it's All Goodwitit TV on YouTube. Go and catch DJ Goodwitit behind the camera. Follow the Instagram. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you listen to the whole interview. Rewind it if you need to, if you need some motivation, or if you just need to get up off that couch and start rapping. Do it today. And don't forget about it, okay? Yeah.